Pues agregarle un restart al PlayStation. Ahora sí. Next. No coge el botón para la izquierda de la flecha. Voy a buscar. Tengo un poquito de bebida ahí. Vamos a meterle a eso en lo que me llega la cena ufa.
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hi everyone, I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. And we got a quick moment to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Isaiah Stewart.
Well, it's a downward trend, and that could be for many reasons. Maybe they're asking him to play different roles. Sometimes it's the guys around you. If you're playing alongside a great rebounder, there aren't as many boards to go around. So you really have to dig into the details to understand why this is happening.
And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. We've got Mikal Bridges. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Kolek in at the point guard position. And for the Nets, the tandem on the perimeter, Thomas and Porter Jr. Then it's MP, and it's Timmy in at the 5. We know things can get heated between these two, Grant. No love lost in this matchup.
And that competitive fire, it grows when you're in the same conference. You get to see each other so often. You know, B.A., I think we're in for some good theater in this one.
Here's Kolek. There's the 3, and that's good. His first bucket. Of the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired. Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now here's MP. It's a three-point game. Here's Timmy, covered by Towns. 5 on the clock. And he gets the bucket.
Well, you know, on the inside, Porter is a very skilled player. He understands that you've got to be multi-dimensional, a lot of versatility to your game to be effective inside.
Bridges with it. Thomas defends. Towns for 3. The shot misses. MP scanning the floor. And now just over a minute played here in the first. pitches it, knocks it down from distance. And it's not often you can say this. MP atop the leaderboard for both Rookie of the Year and League MVP.
Yeah, not often at all. I mean, when you think about the fact that MP was a second-round pick, it's truly remarkable. And remember, only the legendary Wilt Chamberlain was able to win both awards in a single season. Will MP make it a party of two?
And Brooklyn with possession here after the basket by New York on the other end. Porter finds Thomas. From deep. And the Nets, another three.
Boy, at the offensive end, Thomas is aggressive and confident.
Well, you look at how the Knicks built this team, Clark. Some astute all-in trades.
Yeah, you know, New York spent years building their draft assets. They cast them in on some all-star level guys, and we're seeing the fruit of that kind of work.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easy.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Thunder was outstanding. He scored 45 points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. A game that nobody will see from him, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
Yeah, spot on, Allie. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry the BA. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
Grant, it's hard not to dwell on the fact that MP has moved past Jordan's total. The 86-87 season, he had 3,041 points. That was MJ's highest
Parece que
scoring
está
season
injured
ever.
el point guard.
As much of a killer instinct as Jordan had,
Lo sacaron.
MP may be even more driven. He doesn't just
Se lo
want to win.
robaron.
He wants to do maximum damage. Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Back to Hart. Porter with the steal. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Here's Timmy. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around
Asistencia como
performance.
quiera.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Bridges. No points so far.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
MP the pass to Porter. MP against Bridges. And here's MP from outside. Knocks down the triple. MP's got 12 points.
MP squeezing all that juice he can get out of that arm. What a night he's had.
Pass to Bridges. And here's Anunoby. Here's Towns. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Brooklyn. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Boy, the Nets have been rolling along, haven't they?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
So here are the 5 for New York as they start the second. Filling out the wings, Clarkson and Bridges. Gary Payton the second is out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's McBride in at the 1. Here's Bridges following the 3 by Brooklyn. Pass to Clarkson.
Me comí un lamb esta mañana
Banks it in.
con queso tostito y mayonesa y pan sobao. O sea, el lamb fue el jamón. Para que lo sepas.
but ends up going with a new group. A big group substitution here for New York. Karl Anthony Towns is checked in for Stewart. Josh Hart comes in for Payton. Anunoby, he's checked in for Clarkson. Kolek comes in for McBride. MP way outside. From beyond the arc and then some. 15 points in the game.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes. It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong all glass.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Mikal Bridges is very comfortable with his mid-range and in-between game. He said when it comes to the basketball court, it's not just the rims and the threes. You have the rest of the court, too. Now, not everyone is effective with those middle-distance shots, but Mikal always has been. EA, back to you.
He can knock him down. Thanks a lot, Allie. And here are the Nets now. They're on a 16-4 run. Well, Grant, last season, the Nets retired number 15, jersey of Vince Carter.
Yeah, half man, half amazing. In his half-decade in New Jersey, making 3 All-Star teams, 2 as a starter, and joins his former teammate Jason Kidd amidst the 7 jerseys we see hanging above us. We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Porter's shot is off. And the Knicks shooting around 35% from the field so far. Three-pointer, Bridges. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Throwing that weight around. Towns with 2 bonus points there.
MP outside, going inside. Oh, a special move before that shot. MP's got 20.
You've got to love the way he's scoring it tonight. Very efficient.
Pass to Towns. Anunoby for 3. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist.
A capable shooter from the three-point line. I mean, Anunoby loves shaking free from the perimeter.
From deep, MP gets the 3 to fall. MP's got 11 points in the quarter.
His production from range has been nothing short of astounding.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. For 3, Bridges. Porter pulls it in.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Timmy, covered by Towns. Back to MP from deep 3-point land. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Get ready for the fifth half-court shot. Draw clean. They're thinking about the shot.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly. But first, a glance
¿Viste
at
cómo
how the
pusieron al de la derecha?
standings are stacking up.
Y no me sé los nombres de ellos, más que el de Shaquille. Pero el de la derecha, igualito como es en Villarreal.
They're right where they want to be. And they're right where they
Baby, estamos ganando.
It's a matter of getting everything in place for the title. These guys will be tough to beat in the 7-game series.
And turning back to our first half, things going well. Extremely well for the Nets.
Yeah, it's been a barrage of threes. These days, more teams are playing outside in than inside out. Kenny, you heard right here is Kenny. Just being honest, Shaq. Just being honest without leaving.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
big gap on the scoreboard. The second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, fans are becoming very familiar with the term second neighbor over the last few seasons. Front offices admit the devil is in the details. While it's not exactly a hard cap, teams are showing little willingness to endure the penalties that come with persisting above that second neighbor threshold.
That's for sure. Shams, thank you for the report. Porter Jr. and Clowney in and forward. MP is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Timmy in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Towns. And it's Thomas with the rebound. Thomas has got 4 rebounds now. MP right side, pulls up on the wing, and again, it's Brooklyn.
Go, baby.
MP, he got that tweener working.
Pass to Towns. Outside Hart. New York working the ball around now. Anunoby can't get it to go.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Wherever OG Anunoby goes, his team wins a lot of games.
Yeah, you think about his second season. I mean, VA, part of the 2019 Raptors title squad was Anunoby. I mean, his defense is superb, and it affects winning in a big-time way.
New York again can't hit.
Ice cold coming out of the half. That's 0 for 3.
Pass to Clowney. Thomas outside. And here's Porter outside. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
To the middle. Can they get it? No good. Oh, great D that time from MP.
Oh, man, what happened at halftime? Since then, they're 0 for 4.
And he slams it in one-handed.
No brinca
One thing
casi.
you can count on, Thomas will find creative ways to get his points.
And New York has possession. They're scoreless since the first half. Here's Anunoby. It's good. Anunoby's got 5.
Well, they get 1 to drop. A little relief after 4 straight misses to start the half.
Here's Timmy. MP is screen on Towns. Back to MP. There's the triple. Counted from distance. MP's got 31.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
To the inside. Here's Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Right now, Towns is putting on a show. It's up to the defense to try to figure out how to slow him down.
Porter, the pass to MP. Back to Porter. MP outside. And now the Knicks on the break.
Catching the defender a little out of position that time. Hart gets a chance for a freebie right there.
Clark, last season, Josh Hart played nearly 38 minutes per game, more than anyone else in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't take possession off. He's an old school throwback kind of guy. Just a do-it-all player. Doesn't really have a specific
Cuando me cumple,
position,
faltan
but you
4
know,
días,
the effort
baby.
and the production is going to be there pretty much every night.
Clarkson's checked in for New York. McBride comes in for Kolek. And both free throws good for Hart.
Josh Hart is one of those guys who just seems to be all over the place, all at the same time. I mean, he'll defend anybody, and when it comes to guards, there's nobody that rebounds it better than him.
Hey, this is Andy Garcia.
That one falls.
Boy, somebody lit a fire under this guy. I mean, he's crushing it right now.
Johnson against Clarkson. Hart passes to Towns. Back to Hart. Towns finds Hart. Outside McBride. Fires for three. New York, no good that time either.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Fires from deep. Wilson, no good. Here's MP. Pass to Wilson. From deep, MP connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Towns outside. Now here's Hart. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. Hart's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You really see Hart's athleticism inside. I mean, he can bounce, he can twist and turn, really good body control. Whatever it takes to score, he usually can make it happen.
Here's MP. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Can't be thrown any better. That bounce pass hit him right in stride.
MP getting it done for the Nets. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. Back after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Now, I know he's a big man.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Towns, he's checked in for Stewart. Josh Hart comes in for Payton. OG Anunoby's checked in for Clarkson. Kolek comes in for McBride. So on the floor for New York, they've got Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Kolek in at the point guard position. Outside Hart, three-pointer, offensive board. Towns on the screen. And the Knicks miss again.
He's trying to get himself into a rhythm, but at what expense?
Johnson on the wing. MP outside. And there's a pick to get back on track. The kick out to Johnson. This one for three. And so the ball out of bounds. Anunoby tucks it last. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. From deep, MP on target from range. MP's got 39.
A very accurate shot by MP. He must have been drilling these since a young age.
Outside Anunoby. Takes the three and founded back in 2020. The National Basketball Social Justice Coalition still pushing for voting rights and eliminating bias in the justice system. A lot yet to be done.
Yes, indeed, B.
Another one goes. Incredible.
And no one can stop him. It's another 40-point game, and he's had a bunch of them.
And with tonight's performance, he's now tied for 4th on the single-season 40-point game list. Towns looking for an opening. Wilson grabs the board. Brooklyn leading by 23.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Nets.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And with this win, they will now have 52 victories for the year.
And they've now won themselves a 2-1 advantage in this season series. We'll see if it's the same story when these two meet one last time.
You know, no matter what happens next time they meet, I think this was the biggest game they'll play against each other this season. Getting that 2-1 advantage means so much.
And what a huge performance it was for MP.
He was on the tear. Everything seems to be fine in the bottom of the net for him. I'm sure he'd like to build on that performance going forward.
Outside man. Outside, Williams. Pass to MP. Just 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Here's Kolek. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.
Esta gente están esperando que yo me salga al medio. Mira, este era mi equipo. Ya estamos en playoff, mi amor. Vamos a ver contra mi equipo. Era mi equipo. Pero no con este character. Con el otro que está en 99. Y ya ahora pico los Knicks. Me pico los Knicks y me arrepiento. Porque yo quería quedarme con los Kings. Cuando uno se cambia, se jode todo.
Number 19, Drew Eubanks. At the point, 6 feet 1 inches. Number 17, Dennis Schroeder. At forward, 6'8", number 13,
Greg, not many games remain in the season, and the posturing beginning for these teams as they jostle for postseason positioning.
Yeah, this is the time to give full effort and to really communicate. When the pressure rises, teams can either gel together or fall apart.
Here are the starters. Thomas on the wing. He's joined by Porter. Then it's MP, and it's Clowney in at the four-man position. Now, here's MP. MP sends the screen for Porter. Back to MP. Pocket 6. And right away, they match him with a three-pointer of their own.
Young guys love this type of competition. Great answer from MP.
Porter passes to Jerome. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's MP. Pass to Porter. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Richard, Cam Thomas has been criticized for
Y gané el championship con los Kings. Y después fue donde quiere con.
He's a walking bucket, and to his credit, he works on taking these difficult shots because he knows that is a valuable skill in this league.
And the shot is good.
Gets the ball inside and gets it done. Nice work by MP. He gives a little bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up.
To the paint. Pass to Thomas. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. MP outside. And it's off from three-point range. Here's DeRozan. That's basket number 2. Two with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Isn't it beautiful watching DeRozan just work through contact? He loves overcoming these kind of moments.
MP passes to Porter. Pass to Clowney. MP against Schroeder. Here's MP. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. MP's got 7 points.
Yeah, he's off to an impressive start. Always nice to get
Levine kicks to Murray. That's good. It's Levine with the assist.
And you like Murray as a spot-up shooter. Knows where to park himself and always ready to receive the pass.
MP with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. The kick out to Porter. Hits it from three-point range. Porter's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this throughout the rest of the game.
And he makes that one. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. It's Thomas on the wing. Back to MP. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
MP is a cool customer from 3 great form from the up-and-coming player.
And Doug Christie wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. That's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. Zaire Williams, he's checked in for the Nets. Johnson comes in for Cameron Thomas.
Como regalo me volví.
Monk against Johnson. Pass to Sharp. Here's McDermott. Yatellis on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Now here's Sharp beyond the arc. Nice D from Porter. MP deciding where to go with it. Another miss by MP. The Kings trail by 3. Monk finds Ellis. From 11 feet away. No good off the back of the rim. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Pass to Timmy. Over Sharp. Over in the corner, Williams. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. 11 seconds left to play in the first. Sharks with the screen for Monk. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. For the Kings, DeMar DeRozan.
Como que fui yo que puse los Kings Championship.
Now, MP. What a tremendous game he played against New York. A three-pointer off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Hey, Greg, they dropped the interim tag for Doug Christie as he's now the permanent head coach of the Kings.
Well, we'll have to see how permanent that is. Any good head coach in the last 7 years, that seat is always hot in Sacramento.
Zach LaVine is out there at the Rose. Then there's Saric, then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Monk in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against New York was outstanding. He contributed 42 points, and he was locked in from deep. But when hasn't he been? And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
All right, Allie, great stuff as always. You're right, he was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that.
La tiré sin mirar casi ahí.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Now Schroeder following the three-point attempt by MP. The shot, no good.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
It's good from long range. MP's got 13.
Now, this is what we want from MP. Night after night, an energetic performance on the offensive end.
For 3, LaVine. It's hauled in by MP.
This is hard to watch. You might want to put the kids to bed. This man still has not hit a shot this quarter.
Can't connect from short range.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And with the success they've had rebounding basketball, they're right where you expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Clowney. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25. And here's MP for 3. That's his 7th miss and 12 shot attempts. To the inside. They can use a bucket. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Monk. And it's 9 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Working to find the high percentage look. DeRozan makes sure he converts.
And here's MP for 3. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action in just a minute.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
And for that matchup with the Hornets, don't let a lack of focus steal one from you. Overlooking lesser opponents, but that's when they come in and bite you.
I overlook all opponents.
In terms of what? And now, how about those first 2 quarters of play? Just a dominating performance for the Nets. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. MP really making a difference here.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
Starting off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez's spot. Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. Thomas is out there with MP. And it's Timmy in at the 5. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the longest game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
Yeah, certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. And Schroeder's got the ball here for Sacramento. Outside DeRozan. Banked in off the glass. DeRozan's got 11 points.
Yeah, it's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
The 3 from MP. And again, it's Brooklyn with the 3.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
And RJ, you played 7 seasons in a Nets uniform. The most of any of your teams.
Yeah, it was a great way to start my career consistently in the playoff picture. It was really the most sustained success that the franchise has enjoyed.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The shot's good. 7 points in the game.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Dios. Pero 5 pesos no te pueden nada.
DoorDash and service providers for quality.
Al comunicarte no está disponible. Graba tu mensaje después del tono. Puedes colgar cuando hayas terminado de grabar.
Hola, por favor, cambia las chips para el Family Fun 18 bags. Yo te mandé la foto.
Here's DeRozan. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Schroeder against MP. MP with a screen on DeRozan. Porter kicks to MP. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Porter's got 3 assists in the game. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Murray. And he banks in the lane.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now, here's MP. 22 points for him. For the 3. Another miss by MP. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out. Levine's shot is off.
He's just basically a body out there right now, nothing else. The team is struggling, and he hasn't been able to help them out at all.
Schroeder against MP.
No, baby.
That's talent and teamwork.
De 3 casi.
There's 1:26 left to play here in the third. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Levine throws it down.
It's so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop the train when he's coming in for the slam.
Schroeder against MP. Pass to Thomas. Nets passing it around. And here's MP for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. MP's got 12 points in just the second half. Sacramento's gone 4-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Schroeder with the ball. And he's there. DeRozan gets the bucket.
It's just one of those nights where he's been very good, but his team is losing, and that's just an odd feeling.
MP outside. Pass to Thomas. The high post shot. Again, the net's for two.
Oh, Cam Thomas is a very comfortable mid-range shooter.
For Sacramento, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% for the field. And here's DeRozan. 14 points for him. 4 on the clock. Offline with his 3. MP getting it done for Brooklyn. Another excellent quarter for him, especially from long range. He's buried a total of 7 3-pointers in the game.
Bruno Mars sacó una canción española más mierda. Cosculluela también sacó una mierda. Aburrecido ya. Ya se cansaron. Los dos tan viejos.
The tremendous setup. And for
yeah, whether it's the trading app on their phones, or VR headsets, cameras tracking their positioning on the floor, and even where they're looking. We'll see how much of a difference all this tech makes.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Eubanks, he's checked in for Sharich. Murray comes in for Doug McDermott. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Monk. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Keon Ellis. In the front court, the forwards will be DeRozan and Murray. Backcourt guards are Schroeder and Levine. And it's Eubanks in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Schroeder against MP. And the foul called on MP. That is his first foul of the game. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Ojalá, digo, lo único que no, que dijo que no había fue papita, chips. Pero yo le dije que no, que cogiera otra. Después que no me pide propina, si no me pone las papitas, cabrón. Parece que no me va a traer las papitas.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a big screen, I think it's underappreciated. Giving those guys are just good with the screen assist on a main bucket. I'm fine with that.
And here are the Nets. They're on a 15-6 run. Pass to Wilson. Now, man. And here's MP for three. Another three for Brooklyn.
And this is why you got to be all up in MP's airspace, even as the pass is coming his way.
And here's DeRozan. Look at the clock. 3.5 minutes gone here on the fourth. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. MP against Schroeder.
Qué cabrón, no cogió papita. Bueno, no hay tip. Gracias por 5 pesos de descuento. Desgraciado.
Back to MP. There's the triple. Good. Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
Hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirmed what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for MP.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Kick out to Levine. And again, Sacramento with a three.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Too little, too late. That final score was way closer.
Yet another bucket.
Another outstanding game for him. He has been a consistent offensive force all year.
Only 3 other players in all of NBA history have more 40-point games in a season than he does. And stolen by MP. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what?
Bueno, ahora vamos a meterle a Call of Duty. Aunque, digo, ahora es mejor porque ahora hay chamaquitos. Porque de noche hay un montón de retardados mentales ahí que parecen jatas escondidas. La fucking mata, nena. A ver si no me tumbaron este live otra vez. No, este no. El primero sí. Pero como me tumbaron el primer live, so voy a ponerlo en este next. Y thank you for the time, hackers. Ahí está.